learning exciting and meaningful for you. Today, today's lesson is something unique. A hard theme English class. We'll read a spooky story together. Learn useful vocabulary, especially phrasal verbs, and even connect it to urban legend. So grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's enter the mysterious world of the Whispering Forest. But be warned, this is no ordinary lesson. Here comes your spooky story. The Whispering Forest. In a small village near the edge of a dark forest, people whispered about the Whispering Woods, a place said to be cursed. Locals believed that if you went into the forest after sunset, you would never come out the same. Some even said the forest called out your name at night. A teenage boy named Amir didn't believe the stories. They are just silly tales, he told his friends. One evening, to prove his bravery, Amir decided to head into the forest alone. As he stepped into the forest, a strange silence surrounded him. He looked around, but everything seemed still, too still. After walking for a while, he heard a voice whispering his name, Amir, Amir. He froze. Who's there? He shouted. Who's there? The whispering continued, growing louder. Amir tried to turn back, but the path was gone. The trees had closed in behind him. The forest was shifting, changing. Suddenly he saw a girl standing between the trees, wearing a white dress. Her eyes were hollow, and her mouth opened up, but no sound came out. Amir ran. He tripped over a root and fell down hard. When he looked up, the girl was right above him. Her hair hanging down, her eyes glowing. He screamed. No one ever saw Amir again. Now they say the forest whispers a new name every night. So that was the story. Hi, MC Music. Okay, alright, now let's look at the vocabulary we just encountered. These words will help you speak English more naturally, especially stories or in daily conversations. I'll explain them in Hindi as well. And if you want some other translation, you can send me a message and tell me your country, where you are from. Now, here is a vocabulary. Whisper. So what does whisper mean? That means to speak very softly. Like जैसे सरगोशी करना कहते हैं कान में, वो होता है whisper. Speak very softly. Cursed, under a bad magic or spell. कुछ स्लैंग वर्ड्स होते हैं लाइक जैसे बददुआ लगी हुई कोई चीज या समथिंग विच इज कॉल्ड मनहूस इन हिंदी कल्चर. Third vocabulary is go into. That means to enter a place. To enter a place. Go into, to enter a place. मतलब किसी जगह जाना. Like going to the forest. We have used it in the story. Here comes the fourth vocabulary. Come out, to exit or leave a place. Come out to exit or leave a place. Meaning bahar aana. For example, come out from the forest. He tried hard to come out from the forest. Call out. To shout or say something loudly. Call out. To shout or say something loudly. जोर से आवाज देना. Head into. To begin going in a direction. Head into. To begin going in a direction. किसी तरफ जाना. Step into. To walk inside. Step into. To walk inside. अंदर कदम रखना. Look around. To see all directions. इर्द गिर्द देखना. Look around. To see all directions. इर्द गिर्द देखना. Turn back. To return in the direction you came. Turn back. To return in the direction you came. Turn back, meaning in English, to return in the direction you came. Urdu or Hindi meaning, वापस मुड़ना. Close in. To surround or trap. Close in. To surround or trap. Meaning घेर लेना. Open up. Open up. To become open. Open up, meaning to become open. Hindi meaning खुल जाना. Trip over. To fall by hitting something. Trip over. Meaning to fall by hitting something. Trip over. To fall by hitting something. Meaning in Hindi, ठोकर खाना. ठोकर खा के गिर जाना. Fall by hitting something. Trip over. Fall down. To drop to the ground. Fall down. To drop to the ground. Fall down. To drop to the ground. ज़मीन पर गिर जाना. Look up. To raise your eyes. Look up. To raise your eyes. Look up. To raise your eyes. ऊपर देखना. Hang down. To be suspended downward. Hang down. To be suspended downward. Hang down, meaning in English, to be suspended downward. Meaning in Hindi, नीचे लटकना. Now it's your turn. I'd love to hear from you. Type your answers in the chat. Have you ever heard a scary story or urban legend in your area? What was it? Can you make your own sentence using one of these phrasal verbs? For example, I looked around, but there was no one there. So, see, I have used the phrase looked around in a sentence. I looked around, but there was no one there. Next, he tripped over the dog's tail and fell down. He tripped over the dog's tail and fell down. Okay, I have an interesting question. If you guys are interested to answer, you are very welcome to answer this question. Okay, here's a question. What would you do if you heard your name being whispered in the forest? These phrases are super useful, okay? So if you guys want to use it in your daily conversation, use it. Okay, if you like the way I'm teaching, and if you had fun learning English in a spooky way, don't forget to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends who are learning English too. Let me know in the comments. I'm thinking of doing more life stories, maybe mystery, adventure, or some funny ones next time. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and watch out for Whispering Forest. Have a great day. Ta-ta. Welcome to my channel. I'm Coach Kainat, and I hold a BS in Applied Linguistics. I specialize in teaching American expressions, idiomatic phrases, advanced vocabulary, research content, storytelling, and fluency training. Whether you are a student or a teacher of English as a second language, this is your place to grow. Today we are diving into real horror legends and pronunciation tips. Learning powerful phrases, idioms, and vocabulary in both English and Hindi. So grab your notebook and let's begin. If you want to ask something, you can leave a comment. I'll answer as soon as possible. So we have a story named The Crying Lady of the River. A long time ago, in a quiet village near a river, there lived a beautiful woman who lost her children in a flood. Since that day, people say she walks by the river every night, crying and searching for her kids. If you hear her cry, beware. They say she gives people the chills and sometimes appears out of the blue. In Hindi, कई साल पहले एक खामोश गांव में जो दरिया के करीब था, एक खूबसूरत औरत रहती थी जिसके बच्चे सैलाब में बह गए। तब से लोग कहते हैं कि वो हर रात दरिया के किनारे चलती है, रोती है और अपने बच्चों को ढूंढती है। अगर आपने इसकी आवाज सुनी तो होशियार रहे। कहते हैं कि इसकी चीखें लोगों को खौफ से कांपने पर मजबूर कर देती हैं और वो अचानक सामने आ जाती है। So now it's time to have vocabulary and idioms used in the story. Cry once, eyes out, meaning cry a lot. Cry once, eyes out, meaning in English to cry a lot. Let's have a meaning in Hindi. आंखें फाड़ फाड़ कर रोना. Cry once, eyes out. Here comes the second idiom. Give someone the chills. Give someone the chills. Meaning in English, to scare someone. To scare someone. To scare someone. Meaning in Hindi, खौफ से कांप उठना. खौफ से कांप उठना. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. Meaning in English, suddenly. How to pronounce out of the blue is out of the blue. Meaning in Urdu, अचानक. कोई भी चीज अचानक से होना, that is in English out of the blue. Haunting. The word is haunting. Something that stays in memory because it's scary. What does haunting means? Something that stays in memory because it's scary. Meaning in Hindi, यादों में बसने वाला खौफनाक मंजर. Now move towards story number 2. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. One stormy night, a man was driving home and he saw a girl standing near the graveyard. He picked her up and drove her home. But when they arrived, she had vanished into thin air. Later, he found out she had died years ago. Her ghost was asking for a ride every year on the same night. In Hindi, एक तूफानी रात को एक आदमी घर जा रहा था. जब इसने कब्रिस्तान के करीब एक लड़की को खड़ा देखा, उसने उसे गाड़ी में बैठाया और उसके घर पहुंचाया. लेकिन जब वो घर पहुंचे, वो लड़की गायब हो चुकी थी. बाद में पता चला कि वो तो कई साल पहले मर चुकी थी. उसकी रूह हर साल इसी रात लिफ्ट मांगती थी. Okay, Humble Bhatti, hi. Hope you are doing good. Now we have to move towards the vocabulary and idioms. In the above story, we have used an idiom, pick someone up. Pick someone up. To give someone a ride. Pick someone up. What is the meaning? To give someone a ride. किसी को गाड़ी में लिफ्ट देना. अगर हम किसी को गाड़ी में लिफ्ट देते हैं तो उसका idiomatic expression क्या है? Pick someone up. Next, vanished into thin air. Vanished into thin air. Meaning in English, disappeared completely. Vanished into thin air, meaning completely disappeared. Meaning in Hindi, बगैर निशान छोड़े गायब होना. Next one is give someone a ride. And a ride, meaning drive someone. किसी को सवारी देना. किसी को सवारी देना या लिफ्ट देना सेम मीनिंग. इसके लिए एक अलग idiom भी है, give someone a ride. If you guys are facing some problem, you can ask questions. I will reply. Now let's move towards story number 3. The grave that moves. In a village in Pakistan, there's a grave known to move a few inches every month. People believe it's cursed. One man tried to dig up the past and find the truth, but he was never seen again. Locals say the grave scared the life out of him. In हिंदी, पाकिस्तान के एक गांव में एक कब्र है जो हर महीने कुछ इंच हिलती है। लोग समझते हैं कि ये कब्र बददुआ है। एक शख्स ने इसके बारे में तहकीक करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन वो कभी वापस नहीं आया। मकामी लोग कहते हैं कि कब्र ने उसे इतना डरा दिया कि उसकी जान निकल गई। Now, here comes the vocabulary and idioms. Dig up the past. Dig up the past. Meaning in English: to investigate old secrets. To investigate old secrets. Dig up the past. We have very easy meaning. पुरानी बातें खोलना या पुरानी बातों को खोदना, something like that. Next meaning, next idiom: scared the life out of someone. To frighten someone badly. To frighten someone badly. किसी की जान निकाल देना डर से। किसी की अगर डर के मारे जान निकल रही हो, सो उसको इंग्लिश में इडियम जो है उसका वो ये है: scare the life out of someone. Now we have some special pronunciation focus. I am going to. It's for advanced level students. We're teaching ESL learners. I am going to. It's a very simple phrasal phrase. This phrase is commonly used to talk about the near future. ये phrase ज़्यादातर near future के बारे में बात करता है. Let's look at 4 ways it pronounce. आइए हम इसके 4 तरीके देखते हैं कि किस तरीकों से pronounce होता है. Perfect pronunciation. I am going to study. I am going to study. हिंदी में से कहेंगे मैं पढ़ने जा रहा हूँ. Correct formal and best for learners. सबसे अच्छा और फॉर्मल तरीका है I am going to study बोलना. Natural pronunciation in spoken English. I am gonna study. I am gonna study. So going to becomes gonna. Going to becomes gonna. So natural pronunciation is I'm gonna study. I'm gonna study English. Very common in daily speech. Now, faster pronunciation. I'm gonna study. Faster pronunciation. I'm gonna study. Relaxed, casual, used in informal conversation. Now, lazy or slurred pronunciation. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. So going to becomes gonna. Now I'm gonna, and here is a sentence. I'm gonna go to bed. This form is used when you are tired or in a casual mood. Important tip: I'm going to the store. Correct. Prepositional phrase. We say, I'm going to the store. That is an incorrect form. I'm gonna go to the store. This is a correct sentence because we have used verb with gonna. Try to understand it. It's not that difficult. Example: I'm going to call to my friend. I'm going to call my friend. This is perfect. I'm gonna eat dinner. This is a natural speaking way. I'm gonna eat dinner. The third way is I'm gonna sleep. It's a relaxed version. I'm gonna sleep. So there are three ways to pronounce it. I'm going to call my friend. Another way, I'm gonna eat dinner. I'm gonna sleep. So we have three ways to pronounce it. One is the perfect way, second one is the natural way, and the third one is the relaxed form. Now use I'm gonna or now. Can anyone is here to answer these questions? Why was the woman crying near the river? Question number 1. Why was the woman crying near the river? Question number 2. What happened to the man who picked up the hitchhiker? What happened to the man who picked up the hitchhiker? Question number 3. What does dig up the past mean? What does dig up the past mean? Fourth one is, which pronunciation should we avoid in formal setting? हमें formal setting avoid करनी चाहिए. This is about going to. Okay. And that's it for today's spooky and educational session. Learning English doesn't have to be boring. It can be mysterious and thrilling too. If you enjoyed the stories and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Do you have a legend or ghost story from your culture? Share it in the comments. And if you want to become my student, join me for fluency coaching, idiom mastery, and storytelling magic. Until next time, stay brave and stay learning. This is Coach Kaina signing off. Take care. Have a very good night. Bye. Hello guys, welcome to your favorite English learning podcast, where the thrill of horror meets the power of vocabulary. I'm your ESL coach, Kainat, and today we are diving into a chilling horror story titled The village that disappeared. What will we learn? In this story, we will learn past tense narration, spooky vocabulary with Hindi translation, advanced answers to the questions for the advanced students. What do you do for a living? And the correct pronunciation. So dim the lights, grab your notebook, and let's begin. Story genre is horror. Story name The Village That Disappeared. It was a cold autumn evening when Sarah, a young journalist from Lahore, arrived at a remote village called Daryapur. She had read about mysterious disappearances in the area and wanted to investigate. The moment she stepped out of the bus, she noticed something was wrong. Too quiet. No animals. No children. Just the wind brushing through dried trees and rusted fences. An old man sat silently near a lantern outside a broken tea stall. Sarah approached him. "I'm looking for a place to stay," she asked politely. The man didn't smile. "You shouldn't be here after sunset," he said. Trembling, they came out at night. Before she could ask who they were, he stood up and disappeared into the fog. Sarah walked through the village until she found an old abandoned house on a small hill. The door creaked loudly as she pushed it open. Inside, they smelled of wet earth and old wood. Spider webs covered the corners. Broken furniture and dusty books were scattered everywhere. In the living room, she saw a faded photo of 5 villagers, their eyes stretched out. In the kitchen drawer, she found a diary. Its first page read, "They look us one by one, and now I'm the last." Suddenly, she heard a loud thud upstairs. Candle in hand, she climbed the stairs. A cracked mirror in the hallway reflected her pale face. But in the reflection, there was someone behind. There was someone standing behind her. She turned quickly, but no one was there. That night, Sarah heard children giggling outside the window. When she looked, she saw 5 small shadows darting across the road. She grabbed a flashlight and followed them into the woods. Fog thickened. The trees whispered. The children stopped at an old stone well covered in strange markings. One girl looked at Sarah and said, "They won't let us leave. We are stuck. We are stuck here." Then all 5 of them started chanting in a strange language. Their eyes turned wide. Sarah stepped back, and in an instant, they vanished. She screamed and ran back to the house, but the house was gone. Okay, hi, I can't read your name. It's in different language. Hello. Hope you are enjoying. Now move towards the next part of the story. Sarah found herself back in the village square. But nothing was the same. The houses had turned to ash. The streets were broken. Her phone had no signal. Her footprints had disappeared. Suddenly, the old man appeared again. "You saw them?" he whispered. "Every few years, the village reappears. It chooses someone. It feeds." Sarah froze. "Feeds?" The fog thickened around her. Whispers grew louder. The old man vanished. She screamed as the shadows pulled her into the fog. By morning, Daryapul had disappeared from all maps again. All that remained was Sarah's voice, trapped forever in the diary. Now, we have extracted some vocabularies and idioms. Remote village, far from the city. What does it mean? What does a remote village, which is far from the city? जो भी गांव जो दूर दराज के इलाके में होता है उसके लिए हम यूज करते हैं रिमोट विलेज, जो कि शहर से काफी दूर होता है. I am repeating it again. Remote village that means far from the city. यानी वो गांव जो शहर से कोसों दूर हो. That's called a remote village. Haunted by memories. I am repeating each and every vocabulary and phrases 3 times at least. So kindly focus or note down in your register. Haunted by memories. Haunted by memories. Haunted by memories. Meaning in English, disturbed by the past. Disturbed by the past. पुरानी यादों से परेशान रहना. पुरानी यादों से परेशान रहना. What do we say in English? Haunted by memories. Vanished. 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 Meaning in English, disappeared suddenly. Vanished meaning something or someone disappeared suddenly. कोई चीज, शख्स, चीज अचानक से गायब हो जाना. Fog thickened, became heavier. Fog thickened, became heavier. Fog thickened, became heavier. The fog, धुंध जो कि बहुत गहरी हो, जिससे आपको कुछ नजर ना आता हो, धुंध बहुत गहरी हो गई हो, तो उसे कहते हैं fog thickened, became heavier. Okay, now kindly send me some comments and tell me where you guys are joining me. Next vocabulary. Giggling lightly like children. Giggling lightly like children. Giggling lightly like children. Meaning in English, laughing. दबी दबी हंसी. बिल्कुल हल्का हल्का हंसना. That's called giggling. जो के बच्चे बिल्कुल हल्का हल्का हंसते हैं ना, lightly like children. That's called giggling. Covered in symbols. Covered in symbols. Covered in symbols. Meaning strange signs or pattern all over. निशानात से ढका हुआ. Covered in symbols meaning strange signs or patterns all over. Another vocabulary. Candle trembling in her hand. Candle trembling in her hand. Candle trembling in her hand. Meaning in English, candle shaking due to fear. Candle shaking due to fear. मोमबत्ती हाथ में means कांप रही थी. Sometimes the word flickering is also used. Another phrase is swallowed by the fog. Swallowed by the fog. Swallowed by the fog. Meaning in English, completely lost or hidden in fog. Completely lost or hidden in fog. धुंध में निगल लिया गया. Now these were the important vocabularies, phrases, and some idioms. Hope you enjoy all these. vocabularies and idioms. Kindly use it in your daily life situation. Now, something for advanced level students. We have a phrase and you can use it in your daily life and you can ask it in a very formal way, in a native way. What is it? If you want to ask someone, what's your job? Or what do you do? So we have a native way to ask someone, what do you do for a living? This is a very natural way to ask someone about someone's job. What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Meaning, आप क्या करते हैं? आप क्या नौकरी करते हैं? What's your job? आपकी रोजी रोटी के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? That's the meaning. And answers are very simple. I'm an English teacher. I'm currently working as a content creator focusing on educational YouTube videos for ESL learners. What do you do for a living? I manage digital marketing campaigns for a fintech company. What do you do for a living? I'm a freelancer for international clients. So here are some possible answers I am telling you. Some more useful idioms for advanced learners. Make ends meet. Make ends meet. Make ends meet. That means गुजारा करना, मुश्किल से गुजारा करना. Here is a sentence. Many freelancers struggle to make ends meet. Many freelancers struggle to make ends meet. Many ESL teachers struggle to make ends meet. Many ESL teachers struggle to make ends meet. Another idiom. Hi, hello. Hope you guys are enjoying my lessons. If you want to ask something which you have a problem, which you have no understanding, you can easily ask me. I can reply it as soon as possible. As soon as I get your comments and messages, I will reply. Okay.